Hello, hello. Oh, you're fast, eh? Oh my gosh. Okay, well, we are here. We're just getting started, so might need to do a few things, like get some coffee and, you know, what have I got in here? Let's see. Wee. Hello, hello, hello. What are we gonna do today? We've got some fun stuff. We are gonna experiment with Node Tunnel, among other things. Let me do some thinking. It's a little chilly here. Do you plan on having a Discord server? I kind of do. I have what's called the East Coast Godot Guild. Um, Paste this. Unless it's just a server that it's meant to be for people who are interested. I might make a multiplayer. I might rebrand this like Discord, like a multiplayer focused. I'm not really sure, but other people are in that Discord getting help from me. Um, yeah, I think rebrand would be great. I'd love to have a multiplayer. Yeah, I'll see. We'll see what people want. I might take like a vote, but Publish. We should see. We've got. We're still pretty much. We're in the early stages here, you know. Ah, there we go. With Cloudflare, how many players will be sufficient for? Ooh, interesting. So when we do P2P, you are not paying for very much at all. It's all free. Now, if you need to support a lot of players, but you'll end up paying, you know, some money, maybe $10 a month or something. But it just really depends on your game. The prototype that I have there, and I'm going to call it a prototype, is good for, I don't know, 10, 20 players. I have heard that WebRTC can, because it has to maintain peer links with everybody, you know, you just have to test it and find out if it can support 10. Hello, Pixel Forge. Welcome. Yo, 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 yo. We are just getting set up here. I think I can remove this and close the door here, and we'll see where we're at. We'll see where we're at. But it's a nice day here. We're looking into using some new stuff, hosting some new infrastructure. Let's see what I've got. Yeah, let's do this real quick. Let me get. Oh. Time to sit. Might need to close this window with this noise, so let me know if it gets too bad. So, I'm trying to follow the tutorial. How do I connect Steam invitations to this? So Steam is going to be sort of a new peer. You know, you'll have to do Godot Steam, or, you know, the idea here, and I haven't, okay, they moved their thing to Codeberg. This is a tough thing to do. It's not terribly tough. Tons of people do this, but the way you would use it is you would work on this Steam. You've got it, and then I would look at the eNet, the Steam peer. So this multiplayer peer, multiplayer peer. Where is the peer? So they don't. This thing, yeah. Only available in the main branch. Where is the peer? I want this. Here we go. So they have like a really ridiculous setup. So I don't do a whole lot with this yet, but I will need to get into that eventually. And what I am looking for is this article. I think this text links. I don't like, you know, there are YouTubes there too, but I'm just really after the peer. Where's the multiplayer peer? This. It's so hard to find. But then I would go into my network tab, and I'm kind of doing this right now with this new node tunnel thing we're testing, but you would just go var Steam peer, and then you would create a new multiplayer peer and use it. Then once you do some new buttons and you establish some connections, then you'll not need these other ones. You can either keep them, or you would definitely want to remove or disable tube client. So I think we might create some new ways of connecting. Yeah, I were we talking about it or on a previous stream, because I'm trying it today. My memory, you will have to jump my memory a little bit, because I hope I do. You'll have to tell me exactly, because I'm just as I have so many discords and so many conversations. I've been doing a lot of help on Mira. Oh, okay. That was a while back. I do recognize your name, but that was like over a week or two ago. Yeah, I think it's tough. I've been really fucking busy since I made the video. I've been omega busy. Yeah, you wouldn't believe. So you can kind of see how I would look at um hooking up a new peer, right? Line edit session. So obviously you can consolidate this and change the UI, but I think what we just need is this one. We have to pass this in. We could choose to give it here. So we would just say line edit room dot text right there. Click over here. New room. And then we would go ahead and now we could, like, since all these are the same, and like I think the way the tube. So have you used Node Tunnel? Or is it? There we go. You can make this so simple. We could actually do that, but we're not going to do that. I like keeping them separate. It's repetitive, but well, this is a join server. Oof. Just join. Where is just join? Just join. Huh. Okay. Took me 5 minutes to set up and worked first try, baby. That's what we like to hear. Yeah, I mean, you know what we've got here. So host 7 copied to my clipboard. Who's the host though? Yeah, baby. Interesting. Interesting. Did I ever finish or publish a game? It's a very personal question. No, I'm just kidding. I have not finished any games beyond Game Jam games because they have due dates. I was working on a number of games that I've shown on the stream, but yeah, this is Relay. It's working. Yeah, it's hard. So Tube Create does some stuff different. It does add world here. We call the server. Okay. It's really hard. I mean, game dev is hard enough. Like, the scope of my games that I want to make are so huge, and I can't descope it because I really want to just get an artist to work with me, and that'll help me out a lot because the artist will be someone I can bounce off of and like keep motivated with. But so one of my plans, I have a long to-do list, but it's to make like a short show reel of the stuff that I've created so far and just be like, oh yeah, here's the stuff I can do. Um, Here's what I'm looking for. Kind of share that around. I think in the like next 6 months or so, I'm just gonna be focusing on content to help people because I just find that it's really something I enjoy doing, and it's a lot of work too, but it's different. Hello, what's up? I think I recognize. Yeah, you found me on YouTube. Yeah, maybe you left a comment. I don't remember. Okay, so when we look at these join and we look at this join, it's also identical in terms of what we need. The only question that I'm thinking about is there's a case where we would want to, instead of taking a session ID, hard code an IP address. So we have this and we don't use it if we have the node tunnel piece. All right, let's do this properly. And we should still keep our enet stuff, right? Right. We can just have like a drop down. I will say what you want to support, right? We can get rid of this. Yeah. You can host your own server. What is equal? Colon equal means to assign the type as that type. So in this case, we can say bool here for this tube enabled. That is typing. And typing will make your application, more resilient. When you're changing things, it'll tell you what types things are. But you can also shortcut the bool writing out this by just saying value colon equal the value will also give it a type. And so technically you can turn on strong typing in your project. And I think it's in warnings. No, it's going to be in the not project settings, but Godot settings. You can say type. I haven't done this before, but you can tell the whole project to always tell you to force these types. It's a plugin. I don't think it is. I think it's a setting that will error on untyped. the cool thing is you can host your own server on HostGator or something. That how would you make a server select for different regions? Yeah, I mean, a lot of that would just be either an API that does a fetch and says here are the available servers, or you could just hard code them. You could also put them in a resource, kind of like how the tube context works. So you could just put them in here like this. When I'm looking for this player in lobby players, for the dictionary like that, name and color. It sounds like you're looking for my other prototype that has the lobby server. That is all. It's a little tricky. I need to go back and revisit this one, but if you're talking about this and we have these colors and name, they're stored on the lobby. They're stored on the back end and then updated. These are tracker URLs. The tubes are, yeah, it's the lobby system auto load. Yeah, that's the one. Okay. Yeah, so let's just save this. Let's take a look at how we can do teams, how I would do team. Am I better working off this new project? I don't know. I think so, because the new project is just newer and a little simpler. If you haven't taken the YouTube series, the tutorial, I recommend it because it's but if you want a full lobby system, like this is a lobby system. I don't think it's a great lobby system, but it does a lot. But you can, I believe, can you send up arbitrary things? Oh man, it's been a while. Where are my, where's my global, my player? Like, do I have a global thing? Should. Yeah, I can look in here and see what the globals are. Lobby system is it? Okay. I think in like the UI, I do a lot of like get player. You can assign. I don't do it very often. So yeah, this remove player. Yeah, you can use the color selection for that. I thought I had some like UI and stuff. Yeah, so I do 4 player and players, name and color. Oh, yeah, 4.5 years of games, but you've gotten better in that time. And you've learned a lot, you've had fun. Like it's not a zero sum game to like publish, you know. Maybe now that you're almost 5 years in, you are ready to publish a game, and maybe you can publish a small game. Like I've been seeing some, you know, it's hard to, you know, basically take a game jam game and, you know, finish it. My games, because they're multiplayer and because I want to do a lot of different things, they end up really kind of challenging. So if I go into this WebSockets lobby system, if you host your own, you should be able to. I mean, this is not the right way to do this, but we have a client, a lobby client. Where is there? So we have something called metadata here, and metadata, I believe, and this is to answer TSAC84's question. I believe this can hold a number of things that would include color, that would include other like team stuff. So let's look at where I do color games or protocol handler. Just search for color. This doesn't help at all. It's all in that. I think it's all in that metadata thing. Yeah. For now, it gives me that. Yeah. So what I would do is, I would see in the project how we send color in for choosing the color chooser. Like here, yeah. Okay. And then when they're in the lobby, they should be able to. You should be able to either select or assign them that, and you would just update that metadata, and that should give you the ability to assign teams. And you would just look into that metadata to do it. Yeah, that's what I would do. The username, I don't know that you can change, but I think you can send in any kind of thing on that metadata key, and it will, yeah, render. Yeah, yeah. You could just when you where is the I think it's the color picker color. It's like a special thing. Lobby color grid. Let's see. When they come in, I give them I choose a random color, and then I say lobby system. Here it is. It took a long time to get there. Um, but yeah, look at the lobby color grid. That might be it. And now, when this comes in, yes, and it's on the lobby system already, and it will send in this player info update, and let's see what it does. It says player info update. So what it will do is it will take the metadata and it will read the metadata and it'll do the metadata, and then it'll say for this player combined. So this is combinatorial because we are doing a spread operator. It's going to take your new one and essentially tack on team. Okay. That's it. That's what it does. And it will keep the old one. And if you overwrite that, if you go team 2 and then later team 3 comes in, it will update team 3. Yeah. So this project does a lot, but there are a few bugs here and there. It's not perfect. So, and you can see I've got like commented out code. I was like, will it work? Yeah, this was a lot of work. I spent a lot of time on this. But all the code is out there. It even does drop in, drop out. Yeah, no problem. Hope it works for you. The other thing I've been working on is what's called a no hub, and this is from the NetFox guys. And their UI is a little funky, and they kind of did some different stuff. But I am a contributor over here. I think I have some pull requests. If they haven't looked at these since December, but um, once they come back around and add lobby sessions here, this will work. I didn't really understand when studying these tutorials that they were different projects. The new tutorial is brand new, yeah, and it's simple. It is gonna do a lot of the same stuff, but this lobby system is too complex for a basic tutorial. So I built everything from scratch in the new example, and that's what we're working on today. And you can get the finished files because you are already an advanced user. So you may learn something from the tutorial as well, but you could always just go ahead and grab them. They're all in my GitHub. Just click on my name up here and you can get the part 1 completed or the part 2 completed, and they'll do a lot of the same stuff. It's not like exactly lobbies, but it is really fast to connect. But they use the same WebRTC under the hood and has all the same benefits. All right. Do we support dedicated servers still? That is the question. Or do we go straight to relay? I think I can't decide. This is my latest project. Let's work on this a little bit. I'm bouncing between stuff. I'm kind of just hanging out today. Can this do a like a floating? Probably not. I should make a Godot app. I have so much Godot stuff. What up, PC head? Hey, hey. You're no longer sick. Huh. That's nice. Back to work on my game. 3D. Amazing. I'm glad you're feeling better. It's always easier to work when you're healthy. It's really important to be healthy. As I get older, I'm in that mode. Yeah, something I didn't do when I was young. Do you guys think I should buy this this new domain? Just andrewdev.com. I already own Andu Dev because I jumped the gun, but I think Andu is not as good of a name. I think Andrew Dev is the right name for me, right? It's my Which one should I use? Like, because I have this example, and we have to put in like the word, we have to put in and do. But if someone messes up and they forget, and so Andrew, I need to own both of them. But it's $10 or something per month. How much is it? Okay. I cannot rename a domain name. It doesn't work like that. You have to buy a new one. I can't just say like, oh, never mind, I don't want this one and change it. Um, unless I go to the support and say, oh, I made a typo. Oops. How long ago did I get this? Not long ago. January. I don't know. It's $10, right? Should I get the one with an R in it? And these are my friends. Like, it's like. Yeah, oopsie daisy mistake typo 1 month ago. I don't know. It's a tough call, isn't it? Do I spend $10? Well, I could buy a game. I could buy a game on Steam for $10. It's $10 a year. It's not that bad. An audio workflow. Interesting. Yeah, audio is important. You think it's better to keep it? Just like and do if they don't copy and paste. But everything I have now has the R in it. It's a tough call. Yeah, I don't think support is gonna look kindly and say like, "Oops." I think it's just like $10 wasted if I don't use it. I'll just use Undo. I'll just use the one I've got. Next year. It's only $10 though. Yeah, I mean it doesn't sound bad, but like all my other stuff is accurate. Hmm. Now on, you're gonna call me Andu? All right, you can call me whatever you want. I don't care. Honestly, I do not give a shit. I don't mind whatever you want to say. Whatever is fun for you. Hey, back. We had a rocket missile fire. Oh my god, are you in part of the world where this is a problem? You're in Israel. Oh my lord. That is a very interesting place to be right now. I hope you stay safe. And what can you say? Oh my. Well, hmm. uh yeah, I hope it's adrenaline is all you got. Oh my. Not a good time. We live in interesting times. We live in interesting times, Gandalf. I think it's like a Lord of the Rings coast quote. I wish it need not have happened in my time. So I do. So do I, Gandalf. Said Gandalf. And all who live to see such times, but that is not for them to decide. All we have to decide is what to do with the time. We live in interesting time. Interesting. My game has. Oh no, we do not need to do any jokes or joking is one way to get through it, but yeah, don't think anyone stick it keep it in the game. I'm trying to get some these errors. Where's the logs? Observability? Yeah, here we are. Okay, so let's go 3 days. We have some errors here we're gonna fix. Index of cool. I think this is minified, so the actual issue is oh, I'm glad it's working well for you. That's good to know. Maybe this is in the swarm. Okay, if it's a website, remove this from the list of actions. Can we do this is undefined. Let's do yeah, we can do that. That's a good suggestion. We seem to have the socket. We don't know that we have the info hashes, so let's do that. See ya. Go get coding. Go get some shit done. We're just putting around here. Okay, so what else? What other errors do we have? Unexpected update. Oh, here it is. I think that's fine, right? Yeah, that's the only significant bug. What does serialize attachment do? Okay, so close. It doesn't have any documentation. Hmm. Haha, losers. Okay, well, very nervous for you. I hope it's okay. Um, not a not a good time either way. No one wants to go through all that. There's an awful lot of any and see if there's any helper functions we can identify. This is a filter. Okay. I don't think we set the filter anywhere. Hmm. So what is emit doing here? It's a lot of emits. Hmm. What is this thing? I would love to rewrite this in Rust or something. I'll come back to this. All right, I need to take a brain. I need to get my brain going. It's not looking good. One thing we can do is we can do tracker dot. I'm gonna buy the domain. Why not? Okie dokie, baby. Let's go back here. All right, we have more domains now. I was gonna test this thing from this guy Sleepless here. Let's see how this works. Test, join game test. Sure, join game test. Another? Uh-oh. Be careful. What happened if you? Mm-hmm. Boo-doo-doo. Mhm. Only if it's not never anyone themselves. You're bad. The signal sweeter than noise. Are you feeling used to sit on the flame? Just to behave. You don't need no one alone. Come on and touch or get on the pain. Am I supposed to behave? Well, I was pissing on the flame. Could I act with a roomy face? One I love, one I love. And tell me what the hell is. Hey, it's not human nature. The night, babe. Human nature. Nothing sounds like someone else I know. It's just human nature. When my personal demon screaming, when my door of madness is half open, you stand alongside. Something to the effect of everything will be alright. Yes, attends to creation. No, I'm just having fun. Something perfect like concealment fear. See. Gonna get copyright striked. It's worth it. I'm wondering if there's a better way to do this. Like, is there a better way to do this? Like, could I have like a bunch of callables, like an array of callables? Can I say like const host functions? And just say that's a callable? Like this? Oh, array callable. That's what I'm looking for. Another thing is I could just once that says, hey, I'll go to hell. The other side says, I believed in God, I'd send you there. Where we make some space. The hell that we create. On both sides. One side says, kill 'em all. The other says, line those killers up against the wall. Either way, some blood is shed. Thanks to our cooperation on both sides. I really think this could be a lot simpler. One side says, man, take what's yours. The other says, live on no more than you can afford. Do we need? Either way, we just possess. Everyone ends up with less on both sides. Can we just do I think I'm missing something.
Gonna steal some bed sheets from an amputee. I'm gonna mount 'em on a canvas in the middle of the gallery. I'm gonna tell everybody it was painted by a chimpanzee. But just between you and me, here at the cultural low water mark, if it's fraud or art, they'll pay you to believe. I'm gonna take 5 young dudes from white families. I'm gonna mount 'em on a billboard in the middle of the country. I'm gonna tell everybody they sing like angels with whiter teeth. But just between you,
there we go. That should work.
They're just like the ones before, with their standards lower. Another concert goer will pay you to believe. Oh, caffeine in the morning, alcohol at night, cameras
to record you and recognize. Getting smaller. Up all your time. It's not sure.
just quickly, how would rate yourself? Terms of sex appeal and control,
Significance. She leaves in like this. Recognize.
Gonna buy myself a sports team, put 'em in a pit. I'm gonna wage the old crusade against consciousness. All I need's a couple winners to carry loser. Just need the bullshit, and they won't just sell themselves into slavery. They'll get on their knees, pay you to.
Last New Year. On the say in the magic mountain.
Beautiful women. I drank
Some of Farmer's potion. We were moving in slow motion. No, so no. So,
That was the very last one. For now, everyone standing as if it's any time. So for now, it being young is so long inside.
longer. There's no one on Magic Mountain. No one knows. Oh, on Magic Mountain.
Been empty, smoke is clean. As people file back to the past on the last night of life's party. These days late until I can't remember just what it feels like to be young forever. Longer I stay here, longer there's no future. So I'm growing old.
Magic Mountain. Mm. There's no one on Magic Mountain.
let loose for a ghost, cheap rental suit, clinging to a rock that's hurtling space. What's to regret? Or spec on spec on spec, made more ridiculous the more serious he gets. Oh, it's easy to forget.
I'm losing steam.
Read somewhere it's 1 year, more or less. This human
Experience will reach its milestone. Oh my god, what the fuck?
look at you, second drinks arrive, the piano player's playing, this must be the place, and it's a miracle to be. One more time. There's nothing to fear. There's nothing to fear. There's nothing to fear.
Can margin container have? No. So we do need that. Mm-hmm. There's nothing to fear. So I look at you as our second drinks arrive. Oh, he's got a new single. Wow, that's crazy. He is prolific. Ooh, it's a whole. I guess time makes fools of us all. This one. I might need to take a little break. Get your beer on the soon. What's your politics? What's your religion? The dawn. Be right back. A little while longer. No. Ooh, ooh. Mhm. Presses me much. What is it in the dark? Even go to the blind. Exclusive dudes. Oh my goodness. Nice. but I know where to go. Boop, 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 doo. My side, that's this joy ride. Older than my 35 years. It ended. I'll take it easy with the morbid stuff. Neon. Hey, hello. Hope you got some stuff done. Good job. Character creation. Changes. Oh, goodness. Leave this world in a drunken heave. Food arrangements them remember me. Oh, I'm worried about you. Too much to lose. You're all that I have, and I'm worried about you. Yourself in my shoes. Yeah. Ah, yes, of course. More textures for pants and shoes. Nike. Huh. Yeah, people like stuff like that. Seems fun. Mikey. Oh. Mikey. I like Adidas. All right, so let's try a different mode. Let's do false, true, And then when we have a player, let's go to player. What my true love costs. So we go here. What we need to do. In the pump zone. Current room ID. Do I want to call it session or room? Abibas. Yes, actually that works really good. I like that. If you just turn the D around, that's clever. That works good. Abibas. I wonder if I should call it a session or a room. I think I'll just call it session. Current session. Yeah, okay. That helps. Thank you. Change this variable. Session. Current session. I like that. Because let's say ID. Let's just call it session ID. Well, current session ID. Very wordy, but I think it's better to be wordy given the complexity. Current session ID. And then we'll change all these. I'm ready to come home. What happened? Oh, I didn't do this. Okay, here we go. Host function equal no tunnel. What did I start node right there? Start servers, join servers, join node. Oh my god, what a big sneeze. Interesting. Something's going wrong. I can't move. I think because... Okay. What is going on? What's going on here? It's not happening. Something's wrong. will never die. Let's do it here. It never happened, huh? That makes sense. This is ready. It's not being called now. What does this mean? We're like in this weird quasi state, and I know this used to work. Stay. Let's do this. Why though, Brent? What do you guys think? Oh, speak to me. To speak. What's wrong with this guy? What's wrong with you? Remember me. What's wrong with him? I don't have authority. Remote. What's his name? Have to stop. Just open and shut. To me. Good night. Stay safe. Yo, what did you do when you realized you were upgrading to another level as a programmer? Interesting. So, when and what did I do? It's a good question. Let's think about it just a little bit. So, everyone has a different path. And for me, it was really about things that I was interested in. And it was much easier to work on things when I was excited about them. So I always chose things that actually make me want to do the thing. Like game development is one of those things I never did until about 2 years ago. But in terms of actual programming, like my job, my big step up was when I failed. I failed at a few interviews. I was interviewing for a new job, and I'd been at my old place for like 5 years, and so I hadn't kept up my skills, and it was a big, eye-opening thing to be, oh my gosh, I'm not prepared for these new interviews, like data structures and algorithms. So I really just started to grind. I went to Leet Code, and I basically did as many problems and struggled, and I just had to push through it. You've got to kind of push through the thing to get to the next level. And so this Leet Code I thought wasn't necessary, but even if it was unnecessary, it still can get you jobs. It can still build your skills. But I was not above studying. And then just like as much education as you can get, I used front end masters. And then another big programming buff step up was data structures and algorithms from designing data intensive applications. So this is a very famous, the Bohr book. So when I got this book and read it, it's just a great book. So this was another big step up. And it's hard because you've got all these other things you want to do, and you want to have fun. But if you have fun learning, then it's never too hard. Let's just do. I'm gonna just do that. Do 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 do. We could emit. So to do error signal error, we could go. So in the case of tube, we have tube client dot error raised. Signal error raised. I guess if you like learning coding, then you choose the right path. I might have passed my years. So what do you do? I work as a web developer, so I do like React and Ember. So mostly working on Ember, mostly TypeScript, which is not a great language, but yeah, so I work mostly in the web, and I do a little bit of like cloud stuff, a little bit of Rust, but mostly web development, which is like very UI and design facing because I kind of started as a designer. Why don't people make WebRTC using mesh topology? I'm making a multiplayer game where players can join and leave the lobbies, and they like using mesh peers and all that. Yeah, I think that is a great choice. It can really depend on your game. So like, I use mesh topology. So the pitfall is handling when you have non-player entities that need to be tracked, network objects. So in my P2P video, you can actually go here, and I have mesh topology in this. This is drop in, drop out mesh networking. So you can see that that is true. Now, the pitfall is actually in this image. You can see these cubes. These cubes are networked in that anyone can shoot them, and they need to be able to synchronize, because if someone shoots it from this angle, that angle might not be exactly the same. So you've got to, if the host leaves or one of the players leaves, if they have authority over that cube, you've got to hand that authority to someone else, or else there could be a situation where a desync will occur. And so if you have two players, that's fine, and you only have players in your world and there's nothing else networked, then you're actually fine with mesh networking. But when it comes to, if you wanted an enemy or you wanted a cube that you could pick up, then you may need to do a little more thinking about some of the pitfalls with mesh topology. Because everything has to have a owner. And it's easy because players own themselves, player own themselves, player. So if all you have is players, then they're fine. They synchronize each other. It's okay if they leave. But let's say you have like a volleyball, then you'll need to make sure someone always has control over that. Hope that helps. It's like, let's see if I have like a glory. Yeah, so just don't have too many extra items. But yeah, I have this ball here in this demo. This is mesh as well. Yeah, I like making games more than anything else I've tried. I agree with you. I think games are the most fun to make, and it's what I enjoy making the most. But studios and doing it for a job, it's like a tough time to be doing that, because a lot of studios just don't have the money to pay developers right now, because it is an entertainment thing. It is a luxury sort of thing. So you may find that it is challenging, especially since I think we're still a couple years away from studios hiring for Godot developers. So like I spent so much time in doing this because I enjoy it. I have fun with it, but I could not make a living off of it, even as, good as I am at it. What is this? Oh yeah, signal. Just do it like this. I can also push myself to try web development because my uncle does it, but I don't really like it. Yeah. If you don't really like it, it's a lot harder, but sometimes you do have to make a choice about learning something that's useful and businesses will pay you for. But you can always just stick to it, and Yeah, it's different, where you are in your life. Like, you may or may not need income immediately, and I don't know. It's tough. I'm lucky that I like web development. I don't like it as much as making games, and I used to like it more. I don't really like working in web development right now. But yeah, what up, Andrew P? We're having some fun today. We had a couple questions about um jobs and of RTC, but we also want to say, how do we handle collisions in a procedurally generated world? Oh boy. Oh boy. So, you'll have to find a different resource than that for that than me, because that's not something I have a ton of experience doing it. And if you can generate them like in Blender and import them, but if you're, generating them uh in game, like, it's possible. So if I like jump over here, there's something called a CSG collision. So if we go CSG combiner and we create that here, we don't have anything in it yet. So you can see it's way down here at the bottom. Let me see if I can clean some of this stuff up for you. But let's say we procedurally generate a CSG box, and then we make that box longer and like that. All right, so we're getting something. We can generate these like, let's do another box. We'll kind of like, we'll make like a little staircase here, maybe. How about that? Okay, so how is all this working? So I'm kind of just making a thing. Okay, so now that you've got your CSG, you've got this, and guess what you can do? You can make it. Yo, hi. You can bake a collision shape. Whoa, that's pretty cool. I just baked a collision shape, and now I've got this collision shape. You see that? Well, let us go here, and we can say access as unique name, CSG combiner. So here I would go into my script, and then I would pull this in with holding command or control. And now I have my combiner. And guess what's on this combiner? Whenever you want, you can say func rebake proc procedural, right? Procedural. Okay, there it is. Bake collision shape. And then you would take a static body, and you would take that static body, static call. All right, you see how it has no collision shape right now? We can do like static call. Let's say proc. Let's call it proc. Okay, so we called it proc. I need to call it proc like this. This is bad. Let's call it proc static. Static body proc. You're getting the idea, right? I'm not making this for anybody. I'm making this for a guy who asked a question. And this is what we do here is we just say, you know what? I think I know how to do that. All right, so there we go. And then I can collision shape, add child, new collision, this this guy right here, new call. So we'll say var new call equal new collision shape. Collision, we can do we need a collision polygon because this is going to be a dynamic thing. All right, we say new call. And this should see var baked, boom, done. All right, so let's see what that does. You see this guy here? He's here, he's over here. And then we'll sink him down on the ground a little bit. All right, perfect. Let's move it up a little. Now, this thing is deleted. Rebake procedural. And now we go into our network. And we're going to turn on our regular ENet. True. False. Create session. Seems to have a collision shape. It doesn't. Nice. It's probably like maybe somewhere in the middle. Let's go visible collision shapes on. Debug visual collision shape. Did we called that thing, right? I don't see it anywhere here. So then you would need to position it. There might be a step we forgot. Static block 3, child. Collision polygon. Oh. I think I need to go like this. Shape. Right? Bake collision shape. This will get us a concave polygon CSG. All right. And then that's how you do this. Haha, perfect. Okay. Apparently I can't have that there. So I will go new call dot shape. What is this? Dot. It is just shape, right? Collision shape 3D. Oh, I need to do a collision shape. There we go. That's why you always use your types, friends. So now I can access shape, and I go baked. And then if I move this thing, this empty piece of shit, if I just move it over here a little and sink it in, it should be like vaguely close. Yeah, there it is. All right. See it? There we go. And so there is your procedurally generated really shitty staircase for so there you go, I'm walking into it. So that's what you would do, and every time you update, like add a cube or whatever, and there's going to be systems that make this easier, but you can make it yourself. And there are other ways that are cleaner and easier to do it, but that's what I would do if I had to do like a basic. You can add these. You can, another thing you can do is you can use a CSG tile set. What's it called? A map. It's this crazy grid map. Here it is. All right, so what is a grid map? Grid maps allow you to bring in a whole like library of items, and yeah, so you would import a mesh library, and that mesh library would add you, you have these items, and then you can create like a box mesh, and now that we have that, we can draw, and you can draw your own little things, and you can do this programmatically. So there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with the grid map 3D. It's kind of like a tile map or a tile set. I think it's really fucking hard to use, but I don't do my own, Why the ball's not colliding? They're passing right away through the objects. Are they? They queue free as soon as they hit anything. So you want my balls to knock around, huh? You'd rather have my balls rock around, knock around. Is that what you're telling me? I don't see why we can't do that. So I'll turn on my volume here. I don't know if you can see. We can fucking ball this guy in the face. So you tell me what you want. It's easy. And this guy can knock them all around. He's knocking them around. Not related, but your eyes look tired. No, I do not sleep well. I don't sleep well at all, ever. It's kind of a miracle that I'm alive. I don't get enough sleep. I need to exercise more, take care of my body more, sleep better, but you know, everything's easier when you do sleep though, so good call out. Maybe you'll help me. Another thing you can do is drink water, stay hydrated, you know. So there we go. That was our balls demo, and that was just removing one line. Basically, cue free. Too many balls, it can't handle it. Okay. That's life. We're having fun though. We're having too much fun to stop. This is multiplayer LAN only. We can do crossplay. Yeah, we can do. You can literally check out my YouTube. It's linked there somewhere, or you can just go to this itch page and you can open the same game in 2 browsers, or send it to a friend. You can just create a new session, just like we saw, and then I can copy this session ID that's in the corner. It says IQJ3V and do web. Join. All right. This is going to work across browsers, and you promised that you make the third part with the sword mechanic. Will you do that? Well, I think you're the second person. Maybe you're the same person that asked for melee combat. So I will try to do that. I do really like melee. I think that would be really fun. I'm going to be able to slice these up. These little targets. Yeah, it's you? Okay. All right. We'll see if we get a couple of votes on yours, because there's a lot of different things that we need to do, and a lot of people are very, want different things. So yeah, go check out my YouTube. So if you go to my YouTube, you can make this. You can learn how it's made. It is that simple. I'll show you everything you need to know. A lot of people on my YouTube. You actually got to do the most quoted. Yeah. So I'm planning to start part 3 next week. It's going to be, it might be a little while because there's some other things I kind of want to explore as well. So today I'm working on all the different ways you can connect. Right now we actually have so many ways to connect. So we've got a new handler. We're going to do a Steam connection in the same project. Damn, wish there were more people like me. Yeah, I mean, I'm here. I'm going to be here. I'm not going anywhere unless I don't get enough sleep and I die. And, I do have a job that I have to do, and as much as I would like to make videos all day, I can't have to do my stupid job. Just like all of you as well, So, we'll get there. We'll get there. So I have this universal mirror menu. This universal menu can handle an error now. How many max can we do is that multiplayer? It is P2P, meaning you could do, I mean, 3, 5, 10, 12. I think you could get up to about 25 is what I would guess. I haven't ever tested all the way. Multiplayer is something most devs replicate the velocity of the main character and do rotation. Yeah, I think, everyone starts with velocity and position. So you can always replicate any property you want. I mean, this one, I think we have like 3 things in here. Yeah, like that's all we need for this player. And we're gonna spice up the player too. One thing we're gonna do is we're gonna use mesh to motion. We're gonna do in part 3. An MMO would be nice. Yeah, so it depends on what you mean by MMO. Like I mean, I don't know that an MMO is something I would want to build as a solo. I would build an MMO with a small team. If I had a good team, I would go build an MMO. I think I could do it. I think it's possible. All right, so now we can listen to our error. So we go network. We can build it together. What's your budget? No, right now I'm mostly making content, like All right, so now I go to network. And here we have what's called node peer. So we can say node peer dot error dot connect signal error. No, we want to see handle error. Why is error called error? Did I spell it wrong? How much budget will be needed? I don't know. I think it depends on how big your game is. If your game is very small, you may not need that much budget. If your game is very large, I think I spelled error correctly. Error. Seems fine. What is this? What is this little arrow? $10K, 20 or 30K, yeah. I mean, you can make a lot of game, or like 100K. There are MMOs out there that have failed even after millions of dollars. So I don't know. I'm still just one developer out there of many, and I think MMOs are hard games to make, but I'd like to make a game that could support 100 players. And it doesn't have to be like an actual MMO, right? But just like lobbies, 100-player lobby. I think that would be fun. Because the problem with making what is this little line here? I wanna just restart my project. Why is it called error? Because it's an English word that means you fucked up. I think it's a bad word. English is a bad language, so like you get these weird words. It doesn't matter what they mean; they just suck. If we all spoke one language that was a good language, it wouldn't be English. Bro, you are a senior software engineer. Obviously, you can do it. I mean, being able to do it is, I don't know. There are many people who have failed, and I'm not trying to make a big game. I'm trying to make a small game first, because I still haven't published anything on Steam, which we're gonna get to. We're gonna do Steam here in this project. All right, so this is, and so when we click a button, we want to hide. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Let's do this. Now, when I look at my menu, do I clean up anywhere? Clean up? No. Okay. If we were to speak one language, which one? I don't know. I kind of like French. I think French is a nice language, but it'll probably end up being Chinese or Korean. I like Korean. Korean's a nice language too. I'm trying to make a Star Wars like multiplayer game. So is it gonna have like lightsabers? Hi, Tomless. A shooter. Okay, so like laser. Yeah, you could do that. I made a multiplayer like, let's see. Let's see. Let's see if it's in the archive. Do we have a Tundra? Yeah, I made like a shooter, multiplayer shooter. But I kind of gave up this project, even though it was a lot of fun. It's too much. It was too big of a project.
I need to turn up look sensitivity.
Tab or escape.
Like,
One or two. No, Julie's here. She's under attack. Save Julie.
I'm out of ammo. What do I do?
You should reload if you press R or keep shooting. Either one will reload. I think this is all publicly available. It doesn't work. I don't know. I can't really. I mean, it's all somewhere, but.
I toggled it on.
Oh,
I was just curious.
it's based. The best one to look at is actually this one, this peer-to-peer. This will get you a good start. This one right here, because it's built on the same system, but it's has a lobby system and everything. A lot of people like this one and use it.
Company. No, it's not Repo. That was the new one.
But this one kind of had like a walking castle theme. Yeah. What's the difference between a MMO and a 100-player lobby game? Well, a 100-player lobby game can be anything, just like really simple fishing, shooting swords like you want. And they can be 2D, right? Maybe like an arrows. Simple. That's a 100-player, right? 100-player. So that's right there. And then an MMO, this one means big world, persistent server, saves, progress, level up, hundreds, 1,000 skills, classes. enemies to fight. You tell me which one's easier. PvP, no enemies, just players. This is way more easy. You have to have AI or behavior. I'm not doing all this. Just ships. You can have ships. Yeah, you could just do ships in the 100-player one. Everyone got a ship and fight. And then last man standing. That sounds fun. This... Nah, I don't like it. So you tell me a good 100-player ideas. Bosses, progression. You need shops, gear, loot, dungeons. I mean, the list goes on and on for MMOs. People expect a ton of content. You can't do it. You just can't. And there's other stuff that competes in the space. Like, what's this game? It's called like Friend Fellowship. Here it is. Like this sort of thing. It basically takes like the... Yeah, they've basically done it for you. I'm not making a game like this. That's a big team. Fuck this. It looks cool though. It's on my wish list, right? I'll just make a simple. I'll be right back. Yeah. Have you already upgraded Godot? How do you make sure you keep the old theme of the Godot engine? Did I keep the old theme? I can't even tell anymore. It's in the theme, right? You can choose either new theme. Where's the... Is it in good editor settings? Yeah, it'd be in here. Classic. I guess I chose classic. Which one was $500,000 budget? You say $500,000, like that doesn't seem like a very big budget. That seems like a pretty small budget. $500,000. As soon as I updated to Godot 4.6, check this asset. I'm making a theme in this. Whoa, that's cool. Looks really fun. I like it a lot. That's cool. I like the underground part too. That's neat. It's a very interesting texture. It's just repeated. Seems pretty easy to make something like this. Wee, wee, wee. Yeah, you can go back to the old theme with this editor settings in the top left. You just go to the theme and then you choose classic. Yeah, I used to play Rogue Squadron, the classic Star Wars game. I used to have a VR system. I had to do this better because this is annoying. Still not working. I don't know what's wrong with that player. Can we make it? I don't know. Can you make it? I'm not making it. I have to make YouTube tutorials. What's wrong with you, sir? What's wrong with you? Are you okay? Why are you in the sky? What's wrong with you? Zero? Zero? Who would set their multiplayer ID to 0? No, that can't be right. That cannot be right. It's 1. It has to be 1, but it's being set to 0. So, all right, let's look at this a little better because that means a bug. Here we go. Let's try this. There we go, baby. Okay. We'll just fix our poor little host player. Poor little host player. He's not feeling so good. Now we have to figure out how to add tube. Okay, that works. Oh, we can do that then. Do that here. And then start tube can have a special start tube. And there we go. Great. What's wrong with you? Who's... Why are there so many of us? There's too many of us. Who's player 4? 1, 2. Who's player 4? What the fuck? Oh. Hmm. Okay. What's 27? What does that even mean? Are you signaling? Hold up. I think it's this. There. Nope. This. Add player get unique ID. Hold up. This. Oh. Huh? Okay. Let's try that. That's the problem. And we can do a shortcut here. This is not trivial, okay? We're doing a little surgery here, and it is extremely confusing. But that's all right. I've got it in my head. The patient will be fine. So we do that. This. Okay. What happened? Huh? It's not a multiplayer peer. It's a. Are you okay? Yeah, you're fine now. All right. Let's do that. I don't know why it does 29 there. What does that even mean? All right, we're all good. Nice. Okay. It doesn't do anything. That's okay. We don't need it to do anything. It's just cute. It's there. Sig array. Just one. Ooh, okay. This is a problem. I think what we'll need to do is it could be a veridic number. How do you have a veridic number of arguments in Godot? Handle error raised, expected 0, but called with 1. Huh. Oh, yeah. Okay. Called with 1. I did that on the menu? Yeah. Okay. One more try. Perfect. BB, have a good day. Thank you. You too. Oh, God Almighty, Jesus, Joseph, and Mary. Oh, it's a bad job, Andrew. Bad job. What? Huh? Huh? Okay, so something's wrong here. This is not how I look for the signal. Multiplayer peer connected has connections. Add player. There we go. There we go. I mean, too many arguments. If any callable. Okay. There we go. All right, all right, all right. Stop. Why is it still arrowing? A signal disconnected to server. I think this is from the if all right, we're getting really lost in the weeds here. So this means we must stop. And get rid of the quotes here. Okay, there we go. Now if I hit join a bunch of times, it should just not get me any errors. Perfect. Do you stream daily at the same time? My usual time is 7 Eastern. We're 3 hours away. So 7 o'clock Eastern time. It's like, what do you call it? What's that in GMT? Fuck. 7 EST to, but it's like really hard to think right now because I'm not actually doing very well. 12, yeah, midnight or 1 GMT. 2400. It's 3 a.m. there. Yeah, so I would be like 6 a. It would be 6 o'clock. You're 6 a.m. or so you're probably able to catch me in the mornings, wherever you are. Yeah, I'm not doing so good. I might have to take a break here, but I'm so close to finishing this. But this is pretty cool. So now we have a little error, and now we can if we get a code wrong and we go like this, then we can put in the right code and it joins. It's kind of what we're after. That's bad. So I don't see that guy. No errors. Networking is so hard, guys. You need to sleep. You need to sleep. It's 3 a.m. there. How about that? You need to sleep. When you talking to me, I need to sleep. You need to sleep. You're making games at night. How do you go to the job in the morning? Sadly. I always go sad. I will make it. Yeah, take care of yourselves out there. You know, to be a good programmer, you must have good health. I'm not taking good care of myself right now, but I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, this sucks because Okay, that's fine. We're gonna move to the next one. Okay. So now we have another Boolean. It's my job is web develop software engineer. Yeah, pretty much full stack, but I specialize in front end, and I also do some infrastructure cloud, so a little bit of DevOps. Yeah, I mean, a little bit of Rust, Golang, mostly TypeScript though. Yeah, and a lot of like DevOps and architecture stuff too. So let's go to the next network type. False. We're going to make a drop down to pick these tomorrow. I think we're going to stop soon. Online signaling cannot connect to any tracker. Let's take a look at online signaling. I work at this startup. Ad mesh, huh? Oops, I didn't mean to pin that. Stupid. Unpin. Cool. Wow, you get to work sort of in the game industry, huh? This looks great. That's very exciting. I hope it works out for you. Hell yeah. Advertising is big business. I'm gonna put it in my game. Everybody must advertise. No, I'm just kidding. I just put it in all of my projects, and my people will love it. Kidding. My stuff is all free. Ad supported. Ad supported. No, I've got other stuff to do. In this case, what did we see in the error? Yeah, I understand that. If we just do this. Is it adding worlds under there? If looks good. Bye-bye. Good night. Sleep well. Yes, have a good day. Can't sleep either, but I think I'm going to keep working on the game. Yeah, I'm with you. So my rule for quitting is 3 strikes. If you make 3 mistakes, you got to go to bed. Okay. I would be awake exactly 15 minutes each day with that 3 strike rule. 3 simple mistakes. You know, if you're working late, you're just not going to get any benefit if you're like blocked by simple mistakes, you know. So if I'm like pulling an all-nighter or something, you know, you make 2, you know, you're like, all right, that's my 3rd strike. I'm done. You know, it's a good time to call it. And that's just how it is. But needs more conditions. Yes, you can put any condition you need if you have more mistakes. per day. As long as you learn from your mistakes, it's okay to make mistakes. There's no problem in that. We have one more thing we're trying to do. We might need to give it a break here. So where is my... Does Tube Client have that? Tube... Oh, client dot... Ooh, here we are. Session... Stabilized? There's so much shit to do. It's just crazy right here. Sorry, it's my third strike. See you Monday. Yeah. It's not a bad idea if you can do that. If you can do that, there's not a big problem, you know. This seems right. Okay. Can I request a specific video? I am trying to create this mechanic and can't figure it out. Yes, you may request it. That doesn't mean I can do it. I might not know either, right? Tell the conclaves of sleepless devs. Yes, we should be sleepless. No, I'm trying to advocate for sleep, but that doesn't mean I get it. I think what happened here? What happened here? What do you think happened here? We're in a... Oh, we see players? I don't see any players. Oh, wow, they see the ball spawning. That's cool. That's an interesting little puzzle right there. What do you think happened there? I think we had an error or something, and then... Let's do this. So we create a world. Excellent. It doesn't work. Interesting. I'm not adding myself here because why? Network connected to server. Add player. Never fires. It's not firing either. So connected to server is not firing, even though... I'm wondering if I've done something bad with the trackers. So let's go back and I'll be right back. What did we get wrong here, boys and girls? What did we get wrong, you think? Is it this slash at the end? No? We have a network. We definitely have a network. There's no way they would know unless they rolled the same dice. Oh, they were seeing the spawns though, right, too, so. Yeah, there's definitely a network going on. But we never create our player. Isn't that an interesting one? This never happens. I'm trying to think like what the difference here with these two lines would be. Peer connected, sorry. Tube created, tube create, tube join session. What do you think? Could this help? No? Come on, Andrew, you can figure this out. Oh, all right, we can't figure it out. We're tired. We're gonna go to bed. Thank you for watching, everybody. It is a good time. We're gonna get some exercise. We're gonna get some sleep, and we'll be back tomorrow. Thank you. Have a good day.